Okay.
Okay. My name is Michael Titsworth. I work for Sojourner Truth House. I'm 45. Uh, my story is transitioning from uh, an all-black school to a mixed school, and how that affected me and what I learned from elementary going into middle school. I never really experienced racism before that point. I was too young to even know about it or understand what was going on.
Sure.
Until I got into Gavitt High School, well, middle high school, and I got around, a couple. It wasn't everyone. It was a small number of people that kind of let me know that I was a black person at that point, because I really didn't understand it before then. I heard the N-word for the first time going from 5th to the 6th grade, and it affected me heavily, because I never experienced that before, because I was always around my peers.
Yeah.
So it was like a shock, And through that time, being from 6th grade through 12th grade, I witnessed multiple times. I've witnessed that, going through high school and middle school. So that's basically it, And then I learned about it, and then I start seeing it everywhere. After that, I start paying attention. So even with the police and things of that nature coming up as a young teenager and an adult, I witnessed it more and more after I witnessed it in the 6th grade. So that's.
Do you remember any examples of any of that?
Yeah, being in the hallway, I believe it was at a basketball game. One guy, he decided to say the N-word, and it shocked me. He called me that. Basically, he didn't just say it; he called me that. So yeah, it was shocking. Yeah. So basically, that, and seeing even racial fights in school. White against black, and it was just it was something else.
Was anything done about that when those fights occurred?
No, well, yeah, the people who fought, they did get, they got suspended or whatever, but it was never anything to deal with the actual issue, or the racial issue. But yeah, they got suspended or whatever. But yeah.
Okay. So now you said you woke up to it as you got older and began to see it everywhere. Can you give more recent examples of where you've seen it?
Well, the more recent examples, not really in my personal life, but on television, and what you see with the police killings and things of that nature. Or where I look at the internet a lot, so I see a lot of different things on the internet that reminds me of it, but nothing in my personal life. No.
Okay, well that's a blessing for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. But yeah, it runs deep. It's deeply rooted. It's
For
deeply
sure.
rooted. Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
So nothing's ever happened to you in terms of the police or that kind of thing, or housing, or access to health care, or any of that?
Actually, one time I was beaten by the police.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, something happened at that point, but housing or health care, no. Yeah, but one time a cop, I don't know if he hit me with his gun or a flashlight, and there was 12 of them, and I was getting kicked and
12 police?
Yes.
Where was this?
It was in Hammond, where I grew up in Hammond.
What was the situation that 12 people would gang up on you?
I don't know. It happened in my yard. It happened in my yard. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They did it to my brother too. They knocked his tooth out with a gun.
Ooh.
The Hammond police, yeah.
And as far as you know, there was no how shall I say, provocation
No,
or
it was
anything like
never,
that. Yeah.
it wasn't provoked. No.
Wow. That's
That's something
that's
else.
an example.
Yes.
That's an example.
That's something else, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I can go on for days, but that's like the most I would say the roughest one that I've witnessed. Yeah.
Witnessed. You were not just witnessing it. You experienced it.
I was a victim. Yeah.
Yeah, you were a victim of it, and your brother too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
Wow. You see any improvement at all, or?
No, it's worse. It's getting worse. With the political climate and things going on in the world, it's getting worse. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a very worrisome thing.
Yeah.
Mike, it really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Definitely.
It makes me scared for our country as to whether we can ever live together in peace, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we can. I mean, it's just it's a small number of people. It's not. I don't think it's the majority. It's just a small section that has those issues.
Yeah. But there's enough of us of a lighter hue
right.
that haven't awakened to this very well, and so therefore don't realize not so much the microaggressions and the everyday stuff, but the systemic stuff that we are now just waking up to in terms of police brutality and other things that have come to light in the last few months.
Yeah, like you said, it's systematic. So within the judicial system, the educational system, the healthcare system, there's what do they call it? Redlining and things of that nature. Yeah, it's like it's not really anything that can be done about it. I mean, because it's built into it's woven into the fabric of the society. So I think it really takes. It's going to take from the bottom up to change it, not from the top to the bottom, to the top down. Yeah.
Well, hopefully all the protests and so on move somebody to do something.
Right.
It has to be systemic change. It can't be, okay, we all like each other better now.
Right.
You know, that's not the deal.
Right.
It's because even if there's no official redlining right now, although I bet there's other ways that they've more subtly put it in place, but the fact that neighborhoods have been redlined in the past and now can't build up the wealth of the neighborhood and everything else is still systematic. It was planned to be long term, and it is long term. It's like, oh my God.
Now it's spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a divine intervention. That's my personal.
I always feel that God intervenes through us. So it means that we have to put ourselves on the line, and that's why we're doing this series. So I really appreciate you sharing your story, Mike, because it helps. In fact, I got an email from somebody that didn't quite agree with all of our statements and so on, but was woman enough to send an email, express herself, listen to how I responded, and didn't leave us or anything else. Just was thinking about it.
Right.
That's what we want people to do.
To spark an emotion about it.
Yep.
Right.
So, all right.
Yeah.